Good morning, Highlands, Presbyterian. So we've got a short summary of the sermon today. The sermon today is rooted in Luke 12, verses 32 to 40, and it starts out with Jesus saying, "Fear not. It is your Father's good pleasure to give you the kingdom." And then Jesus tells this parable about the servants and the master. And it makes me think of when I catered. I did a lot of odd jobs in high school and college, and one of them was catering. And it was a high-end catering company, and the food was really good, but you could only eat it if there were leftovers, and you couldn't be seen eating it. You sort of had to sneak away and grab a few bites around back or back in the kitchen. You weren't supposed to be seen chewing, which makes sense. They don't want you wandering around on the floor chewing food. The food was fantastic, but you could never be seen eating it. And in the parable Jesus tells today, the master leaves the wedding feast, brings food, and makes the servants sit down and feeds them at the table, which sort of blows my mind as someone who remembers sort of sneaking in bites whenever I could. Trying not to be seen eating versus the master coming and feeding us. And Jesus is trying to teach us this is the kind of God that we serve, one who's eager to serve us. It is the Father's good pleasure to give you the kingdom. And so Jesus is trying to instill joy and peace in our lives. Jesus wants us to have joy and peace, to experience it every day. And so he's trying to teach us not to worry. He's trying to help us make it through the everyday demands of life by keeping our eyes on the joy that God wants to give us and how much joy that gives God. Because when we understand God like that as getting joy by giving us things, then that joy roots a little deeper in our hearts, and that's what Jesus wants for us to be a joyful people, rooted in eternity, living at peace.